I think there are great opportunities to improve service and reduce costs in the government. And I'll start with a thought that is very prevalent in the private sector, where simultaneous cost reduction and service improvement is a dominant theme of the leadership challenge in the private sector. The days of thinking that cost reduction and service delivery reduction is acceptable are long since gone in the commercial sector. In the private sector, we see good examples where organizations understand that they need to improve service delivery and reduce cost, and yet that's not a consistent theme. There are certainly many instances in the public sector where we see an opportunity, or see a mindset that service delivery reduction is a necessary outcome of resource reduction or resource constraints. So we believe that there's a good opportunity to shift this mindset a bit and to use innovative approaches like outsourcing as a way of achieving a different kind of equation, an equation where cost reduction becomes synonymous with service improvement opportunities. We see currently in many cases in government where there's a very strong focus on the fairness of the procurement process, which is of complete necessity in a public environment. There's no question that fairness and transparency of the procurement process has to be at the top of the list. It underpins public confidence in the process. That said, we also see an opportunity in many cases to improve the creation of a contract which forms the foundation of the ongoing contractual relationship with a third-party vendor. We also see an opportunity to improve oversight of contracts to ensure that the Crown gets what it's paying for, that a vendor is truly held accountable for the outcomes that are included in a contract. So as public sector entities pursue innovative collaborative approaches like outsourcing, it becomes more and more important to have very solid capability around all components of that process, from procurement, fairness, through to contract negotiation and creation, and finally ending up with vendor management on the back end. So there are obviously many places for collaboration and opportunities for the private sector to bring innovation into the value chain of public sector delivery, service delivery. But one particular area that I'd like to highlight is in the area of infrastructure construction and asset construction. There are private sector in many jurisdictions is very active through public-private partnership concepts to assume the risk for construction of these assets, provide innovative approaches to building them and even funding them outright. And so we see good opportunities to do that consistently in Canada. Right now, we would observe that it's a patchwork, even within different cities or jurisdictions, where on the one hand, PPP is being leveraged as a tool for asset construction, and literally right next door, it's not viewed as a viable avenue to build new assets. So we think that there's a good opportunity to improve the penetration of PPP. There's a very active private sector market that's very anxious to participate in the process and is very capable as well.